daddy who's perfect and treats you the right way and treats you differently than your earthly parents did. And we need to grab a hold of that experience that we have been adopted into the family of God, that the work that Jesus did on the cross was not just simply so that we could have a spot in heaven, but it was so that we could be adopted into the family of God. John chapter 1, verse 12 says this, "But to all who believed him," this is the Apostle John talking about Jesus, "but to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave them the right to become children of God." That's interesting because believing in Jesus and accepting what he's done for you is how you get saved. So he's saying, for all of you who are saved, you're going to heaven. It's true, but it's not what he said. He said, you've been given the right to become children of God, the authority, the ability, the right to be adopted into the family of God. See, we can't stop just at having a spot in heaven and have that be all that we honor about what God's done in our lives. See, Jesus spilled his blood and died on the cross so that we could be part of his family. And that's a really big deal, church, because if you're part of somebody's family, you're always part of their family. I mean, how many of you have been able to not be your parents' child? How's that worked for you? I've tried it, but it hasn't worked. You know, I still have to call them dad and mom at the end of the day. And in honesty, in my own life, I had such a great illustration of this point of just being in a family with a loving father from my own earthly dad. I was raised in a Christian home, and I was saved when I was 9 years old, and I really believe I was truly saved when I was 9 years old, and had a wonderful relationship with my parents and with the Lord growing up. But then in my late teens to early 20s, about a 2-year period there, I got mixed in with some friends who were in some bad relationships, were partying all the time, and